All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Josh White, and I'm the CAR Professional Development Master Group Chair, and I'm excited to welcome you to our August Latte and Learn, and we're doing finishes and fixtures this morning, so it should be fun. Both the CAR Development Group and the Blue Ridge Home Builders Association are excited to continue the screen building series today. The series was produced to help you understand the various screen components in relation to planning, design, construction, maintenance, renovation, and demolition. And as I said, today's session is going to cover fixtures and finishes. And we're fortunate to have two speakers with us today, Amy Hart of Dovetail Design and Cabinetry, and then Kara Marshall of Ferguson Enterprises. And before we get started, I want to remind you that we have a great incentive that is going through the NAR Green Designation 2-day course that we're going to be doing in October. If you attend 4 out of the 5 Latte Learn Green Building sessions, you're going to get a $100 discount on the designation course, which is a savings of 50%. And registration is open for the remainder of the Latte and Learn Green Building sessions on the CAR Education and Events calendar. And just for you guys, a little interesting fact, only 2.6% of the CAR membership has the green designation. So it's a great way to stand out among your competition and competitors. So also want to say thank you to our Green Building Series sponsors. The presenting sponsor is Virginia Credit Union, and our event sponsors are Birch Studio, Fulton Mortgage Company, Guaranteed Rate, and UVA Community Credit Union and Member Options. And they're helping us make this incentive possible through the green designation. Since you're not able to visit with these sponsors in person, please review the handouts to learn more about the companies. And at this time, I would like to invite both Robert Williams and John Maderia of Virginia Credit Union to share a few words.
I was out of there.
Well, I am Rob with Virginia Credit Union. Thank you for the introduction. Just wanted to say, one, it's a pleasure to talk to you guys this morning, nice and early on a Friday morning. I'm down in Richmond and we had quite a storm this morning. So I come outside, no trees down. It's good. And feeling good with some coffee this morning. So good to see everybody. Just briefly, Virginia Credit Union, we appreciate the privilege of sponsoring the Green Series. And really the point of that is we want to show that, or we want to offer the opportunity of membership. So we're looking at the benefits of membership with any credit union, but in particular, Virginia Credit Union, is we have a wide reach on the whole Commonwealth, the benefits that we offer, free check and free savings. But most people get to utilize the low rates and the good service as one of the biggest benefits. So we'd love for everyone to be able to try it out. In fact, we have the option or the eligibility through CAR for anybody that's a member of CAR to be able to join Virginia Credit Union, and then by extension, be able to do it free. And then any of your clients that are looking for any of our loan services, especially our mortgage products, can then by extension qualify as well. And I have John Madeira here, as he is the mortgage guru of Virginia Credit Union. He knows all there is to know about the mortgages and the products that we offer. And he has a little bit to share with you that what separates us from some of the other companies that are out there. John?
Yeah, Rob, thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. So good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Friday morning. One of the things at Virginia, I came up here in 2017, and one of the things we're trying to do in the Charlottesville area market is expand our mortgage services, and we do provide the opportunity, your traditional mortgages, FHA, conventional, also USDA, but we also expand our services to first-time home buyer programs through Virginia Housing Development Authority, and recently we just started our construction lending in May of this year, and we also do lot loans. So we do provide a variety of mortgages, some of those things that maybe other lenders don't do, like construction or land loans. Our commitment to our members is to be able to close on time.
So you know how to do that. Just get into.
And our commitment is basically to close on time, provide low rates and low closing cost. And I am over at our Seminole branch near Outback Steakhouse. So would love the opportunity to share with you the different loan programs that we can offer our members and expand our services and expand the opportunities we can provide our members in the Charlottesville area. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all being here and for your sponsorship as well. So let's get started with today's session, and we're going to start with Amy's presentation. So Amy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. Hey, good morning, everyone. Didn't hear you, but that's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. Well, welcome. I need to start out by saying I am not a green expert and I don't have any certifications, but I have worked with green and sustainable products for many, many years here at Dovetail and just in my design career in general. So that's kind of where I'm going to come from. I'm going to and for those of you who don't know me, I'm Amy Hart. I own Dovetail, and I've been a designer specializing in cabinetry for over 20 years. This brief presentation should help with a starting point if green products are a priority for your homeowners when they are choosing cabinetry, countertops, flooring, fixtures, appliances. Knowing their priorities is going to help the homeowner and the design team, as well as realtors and builders, to help shorten the project cycle time, which you may not have thought of, but also just to decrease the amount of frustration because there's a lot of unknowns when it comes to green products. So I'll review some certifications that are typical to my industry and highlight some sustainable products that are available to the market. So why is green important? We recognize that a lot of what we specify, build, install is not super green. When you think of wood cabinets and granite countertops, that kind of brings to mind forests of trees being cut down and machinery cutting stone away from the earth. But there are sustainable ways to produce wood cabinets and stone countertops. Sometimes the price is higher, putting them out of reach for many homeowners, and sometimes not. And that's kind of where we come in. We can help guide the homeowner on using their budget wisely, making the most impact on their lives and on the environment. And as I said, we want to shorten the project life cycle so frustration is at a minimum. And the way to do that is to ask questions, make sure the homeowner is comfortable sharing their budget as well. So they're just some of the certifications you'll see on many interior products used in our industry. The EPA has regulations that cover all of the materials in our products. But these agencies actually go beyond the EPA requirements. And I know you guys are all familiar with these, but LEED, the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, which is very wide ranging from building sites to materials to environmental quality to design innovation. And then you've all heard of CARB compliant products. That's California Air Resource Board. And actually many states have joined this. The CPA, ECC, you may not have heard much about. That's very important to my industry. It's a Composite Panel Association and Eco Certified Composite certification. And then the Forest Stewardship Council, all of our cabinet manufacturers have this designation. This is considered the gold standard for wood harvested from forests that are responsibly managed. And I'm sure many of you have seen these seals and certifications on anything you're shopping for. So at Dovetail here, we sell cabinets, countertops, appliances, fixtures, but we are involved in specifying many more products to fill out the design. So that includes flooring, tile, lighting, furnishings, paint. But today I'm going to focus on cabinets, countertops, and flooring because it's just a lot and I don't have very much time. First of all, cabinetry. As I said, all of our brands have various designations and are on the ranking of sustainable products. But I would say the company that we work with that is most impressive would be Wellborn. They're KCMA certified, FSC, CARB, and CPA, ECC. But beyond that, look at their practices. When you look at a product, look behind the product and look at the company and how they produce their products, how they run their organization. We'll get into that a little bit later, but what should a client look for in cabinetry? So if someone comes to me and says, I really want a greener cabinet, the way the cabinets are produced, the way they're finished, is it a water-based finishing system? How are they venting the factory? where is the wood sourced from? What type of wood is it? I mean, there are big differences between the grow rate and availability of woods, like say tiger maple, for instance, versus Liptus. This is just something that your designer should know and should be able to guide you on. And maybe you don't choose wood at all. Maybe you choose a really cool modern laminate. Maybe you choose another product, but what you see in this picture is actually plastic laminate. The island is textured to look like wood, and the black cabinets are matte black scratch resistant laminate. And these uber cool, uber modern products are actually produced in Italy. The laminate sheets are produced in Italy and purchased by the cabinet manufacturers all over the world. So that part of it is not very green because it is going to travel a ways to get to us, but it's going to last a lot longer and you're not killing trees. We have several other lines of cabinetry, but all, as I said, are ranked on the sustainability scale. Tedwood, higher end, David Bradley, Marquee, Mantra, Nest. If anyone is interested later, I can send an email to CAR with some reference points that you can just kind of refer to on your own time. And these products range from very low costs, say for instance, Mantra. A lot of our clients who do flipping and contractors, clients with low budgets choose this, all the way through Tedwood, which is full custom and pretty high end. Into countertops. So there are different certifications that these guys go for. One that I didn't mention before, NSF, is oh goodness, National Sanitary Foundation, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it has something to do with the sanitary qualities of the surface and how we keep it more sanitary. So you'll see 3 quartz companies on here and 2 solid surface products. And when I say solid surface, I mean kind of a Corian type product that is mostly acrylic. But what you don't see here are natural products. You don't see granite, marble, quartzite, soapstone, slate, limestone, just to name a few. When you choose these materials, you are making a conscious choice to remove something from the earth. And, you know, there's no judgment here at Dovetail. We all have these products in our own homes, but it is something to start thinking about because it is a limited resource. Just a quick aside, I used to live in Marina di Carrara, Italy. And when you get off the train, you look across to these wonderful mountains of white, and they are all marble. It's all Carrara marble. And, you know, you go up and you see these huge machines cutting this beautiful product out of the earth, and then they're made and manufactured into gorgeous end user products, but it's kind of sad. It's not green at all. But there are many other brands that would apply to the list. I'm just going to highlight a few today. Cambria. Cambria is one of our quartz brands that you guys are, I'm sure, all familiar with. But when you're looking at materials for your build or your remodel, there are always levels within that product line, ranging in price, ranging in green. You just have to zone in on what works for you and your budget. And not all products are certified at the same level. For instance, these Cambria options, they include a large amount, excuse me, of recycled content, which really helps them get higher rated on the green scale. The Cosentino brands prioritize sustainability. It's pretty impressive. The manufacturing process of silestone with what they call hybrid plus technology, it uses 99% reused water from the production processes and 100% renewable electric energy and a minimum of 20% recycled raw materials in the composition. It stands out for this new formula that's being used by Silestone. It significantly reduces the presence of crystalline silica. And that's pretty technical, but what you need to know is they have lower ranking products on the scale, but this is something that is kind of a gold standard right now. Decton is another brand by Cosentino, and we use Decton a lot in outdoor projects, outdoor kitchens. What you see right now is an exterior of a building. This could be a home, this could be an office building. But these panels are also used horizontally as countertops. So it's very versatile, and Ducton is one of the most expensive products on the market, but very great product. I don't know how many of you have heard of paper stone and rich light. Not many people know about it. They aren't seen a lot, mostly because of the price. And also you have to work with certified fabricators. The lead times are longer. It just becomes, it's one of those products that people come in asking for. We quote it, we work on it, and then it just gets dropped because it is so expensive. But if they have the budget and the time and the resources, this can be a fantastic product for your kitchen, bath, wall panels, anything. It's really cool. I just want to show you a really quick video. We don't need the sound, but I just wanted to show you kind of what this is. Oops. I'm sure you've seen this, but didn't know what it was. It's really made from paper, believe it or not. And it's super hardy, it's very strong, very easy to work with. It's just a really cool product. Okay, moving on. Ice stone, I don't know if any of you have heard of this, but this began in the early 2000s with a simple concept: transform waste glass into something beautiful. And since then, ice stone has diverted over 17 million pounds of glass from landfills. And this is one of those companies that are just so committed. Their commitment to second chances goes beyond their factory and their products. They actually hire the homeless, refugees. They train the formerly incarcerated. They just ensure that everyone is paid a living wage and has access to healthcare and a voice in their company. It's a really cool product. These are just some of the funky, colors that you can get with ice stone. And again, this is one of those products that is really expensive. So you have to be committed to want something like this. Let's just acknowledge quickly the huge trend toward rustic. It's been really popular for years now. And the cool thing is that this lends itself to reused, recycled products that have an old, used, rustic look. And we're all familiar with companies who sell reclaimed lumber floors like Mountain Lumber, Hart Pine. Those are two that come to mind. A few of my clients have actually harvested wood from their own land and created really beautiful bar tops, benches, and other products for their projects. I will jump into flooring. As I said, I'm not a flooring expert, but we work with it a lot. I'm just going to highlight a few of the top greenest flooring products. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with cork, but one that surprises most people is linoleum. They always get this confused with vinyl. Vinyl is definitely not green, but Marmoleum, which is the company that manufactures this linoleum, is made from natural raw materials. It's actually flax plants that produces the vegetable linseed oil that the product is made from, the jute backing, and the other part of the composition is wood flour, which is basically sawdust, and that's obtained from the waste material of the production forestry. So some really interesting ideas you may not have thought of if you want to go green, and some of these are super affordable. So I try to keep it short today. I'll just summarize by saying that if you remember anything from my presentation, just please remember that if you want to be green, you do have a lot more options now than you did 10 years ago. Products are becoming more readily available, more affordable. People are prioritizing green more, so companies are hearing that. And just remember that if you go down the path of choosing sustainable products for your home, the cost could be higher and the lead times could be longer. So there are consequences for that. You just have to be willing to stick it out. The funny thing is, it's actually hard to not purchase something, or hard to purchase something from Dovetail that isn't rated on the scale of sustainability. So many products are right now. And also please remember that it's not just the product that you're putting in your home. Please consider the company and their practices. Many of these companies are very environmentally forward. So I've shown you a few of our favorite sustainable products, but there are so many more, and you guys are all available to visit us in the showroom to see and learn more about them. Just a quick mention, we are building out a new showroom here in Charlottesville. We're having a grand opening on November 11th. You guys are all invited, and I'll send out an invite. And for realtors and builders, we do a really fun thing, which I know Story House has done, called Coffee and Cabinets or Cocktails and Cabinets. So your choice. Story House opted for cocktails, no surprise there. We started doing this 2 years ago, so we had to stop during COVID, but it's a very fun, informal time where we get to do a showroom tour and answer some questions for people. Thank you so much. Really good being with you guys today. And we're here for you, whether you're a homeowner, realtor, contractor, builder, architect, or designer. And just let me know if you would like to schedule a time to meet. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Amy. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to unshare. That was my downfall last time.
That's quite
There we go.
Very good. Well, cool. Well, very good. We're going to have some questions for you, I'm sure, in a minute. And we're going to turn things over to Kara. And so, Kara, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay. Do you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, let me try again. How about now?
Yep. We see
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Fantastic, thank you. So my name is Kara Marshall. I am with Ferguson. My title is Own Brand Sales Specialist, which means that I cover the state of Maryland, DC, and Virginia and help all of our showrooms in the area with all of our own brands. Those brands are Signature Hardware, James Martin Vanities, Park Harbor Lighting, Millennium Lighting, and then we have some under-counter and specialty appliances called Avalon. We have another brand, Edge Star, and then a luxury brand called Landmark Appliances. But today I'm here to talk to you guys about saving water and energy in the home. Kitchens and bathrooms are two of the most used spaces in the homes, which also happens to be an area where a lot of water and energy is consumed. So I'm going to start off by talking about why we should save water. So conserving water is important. It's going to keep our water pure and clean while protecting the environment. Water is a finite resource. And even though about 70% of our Earth's surface is covered in water, less than 1% of that water is only available for human use. So keeping our water supply safe will protect the water for generations to come. And a few statistics about saving water and how much water we actually use, which is pretty eye-opening, is that each American will use an average of about 82 gallons of water a day. You think about that. You think about what a gallon of water looks like, or think of a gallon of milk, 82 of those is what each American will use a day, which is pretty astounding. That means that the average family is going to spend more than $1,000 in water costs. So if you notice that saving water is not only going to help our environment and make us green and sustainable for the future, but it also helps with our utility costs and our utility bills. So the EPA had created a Water Sense program back in 2006, which is a voluntary partnership program that helps with conserving water and protects the environment. The label that they created, which is what you see on the screen here, is easy and simple for consumers to find water efficient products. Water Sense labeled products are certified to use at least 20% less water. and they perform as well as your regular standard type products too. And a really cool fun fact about this program, which again is very eye-opening, is that through the end of 2020, this program has saved 5.3 trillion gallons of water since its inception in 2006. That's actually equal to the water used in 200 days by all US households. So this program has really helped. Diving into plumbing fixtures that can save water. So when it actually comes to wasting water, our bathrooms, believe it or not, are the biggest culprits. Your bathrooms actually use over 50% of all the indoor water supply, and toilets happen to be the main source of water use in the home. If you have a model that's older than 1994, those models can use up to 5 gallons per flush. Today, the federal standards are 1.6 gallons, but to have a toilet actually be WaterSense certified, they have to flush no more than 1.28 gallons per flush. And you'll notice the picture here, which is a Signature Hardware Caraway toilet. This is a very decorative, on-trend, stylish design. It's a little bit on the transitional side, so it can fit in a lot of different decors and styles. And this particular toilet will flush 1.28 gallons per flush. There's a big thought out there that 1.28 gallon toilets don't flush as well as 1.6 gallon toilet, or even some of the older 3.5 gallon toilets, and that's just not true. These companies have really put a lot of engineering into these toilets and know how to get use less water, but to get rid of waste. We're also seeing a trend, especially out on the West Coast, where water is definitely more harder to come by, in our dual flushing toilets. So dual flushing toilets mean that they're going to have 2 different amounts of water that they use. It's usually a push button, and it'll be on the top of the tank, but you can use a smaller amount of water if you're just going to be flushing liquids, and typically that's under 1 gallon per flush, or there's going to be a larger button which will allow you to flush your solid waste, and that's going to be typically around over 1 gallon, maybe 1.28 every time you flush. So there are ways to save water and look stylish in your toilets, believe it or not. Now, another leader in our homes and a water usage point is shower heads and hand showers. And these are very easy for consumers and homeowners to change out on their own. It's nothing like you need to hire a plumber to do. It screws on and off that shower arm very easily. But shower heads, if you have one that's prior to 1992, that shower head can use 5 to 8 gallons of water per minute. So if you like to take long showers, your shower is not going to stay hot real long if you have 5 to 8 gallons of water coming out of it. Plus, obviously, you're wasting a lot of water. Federal regulations today make shower heads only use 2.5 gallons per minute of water. To make it WaterSense certified, the shower head can't use more than 2 gallons of water per minute. This particular shower head, which is just a modern shower head by Signature Hardware, this one actually uses 1.8. And if you notice, the stream that you're seeing here is nice and full and big water droplets. So you're going to get a nice feeling of getting a lot of water without actually using that much water. So the technology behind these shower heads has come a long way so that you can be green and still have a nice performing shower. Fun fact here is that the average US household can actually save about 3,000 gallons of water every year simply by installing a single low flow shower head in their entire home. 3,000 gallons of water, that's a lot. And all we need is everyone to just do one shower head in their home to one of these low flow shower heads. Also talking about plumbing are faucets themselves. Faucets that are older than 1992 can use 3 to 4 gallons of water. Today, the government regulates the faucets to use about 2.2 gallons per water, but to make it WaterSense, the faucet has to have 1.5 gallons per minute, and then they'll get that WaterSense seal of approval. Using a WaterSense faucet can actually save 700 gallons of water per year. And this is actually the Signature Hardware lens faucet. It's one of our newer collections, and it's in a beautiful finish that's been very popular recently called the Brush Gold. Also comes in other finishes like, also comes in other finishes like matte black and chrome and the very popular brush nickel, but we are seeing this brush gold trend, which is very popular. And this particular faucet is 1.5 gallons per minute. So it is a WeatherSense approved faucet. All right, so let's move on to energy and why we want to save energy in the home. So saving energy in general is just going to create a healthier planet by sustaining and saving the resources that we already have. It actually helps to lower the amount of carbon emissions expelled from the power plants, and limiting those amounts of carbon emissions is going to create cleaner air, which does help us with our climate change. Not only does it help with the environment, but it also is going to help save money, just like the water did, but it's going to save money in the pockets with your utility bills. So the government has created an Energy Star label. It's that blue label that you see here on the screen. And an Energy Star product means that it's going to meet strict energy efficient guidelines that have been set forward by the EPA. And talking about the home, you're going to want to look for Energy Star products and look for this label on items like appliances, light bulbs, lighting fixtures, and ceiling fans. So first, starting off, we're going to look at the light bulb. Now, most Americans are still using incandescent light bulbs. Incandescent light bulbs are the least energy efficient light bulb out there on the market. What's the most efficient light bulb are these LED light bulbs. They're becoming very popular and you can find them almost in any stores. Prices have really come down on them, which is good. In fact, you won't even find incandescent out there anymore because the government won't let them be manufactured. And so we're seeing this trend. We were seeing it going to compact fluorescence, which is still an Energy Star rated product. But if you think about a compact fluorescent, there are some downfalls with it. It does take a little bit of time for that light bulb to warm up to get to the full color temperature. And also there's mercury in it. So when you dispose of a light bulb, you should be recycling it and you should not be throwing it just away in your regular trash can. That's going to go to the landfill. The LED light bulb is by far the best way to go. LED light bulbs are going to save about 75% less energy than an incandescent light bulb. They also last a lot longer than an incandescent. They're going to last 15 to 25 times longer than an incandescent light bulb. Your LED light bulbs typically have a rated life of about 50,000 hours. So if you think about using one light bulb, one LED light bulb that has a 50,000 hour rated of life, if you have that on for 8 hours a day, that's going to last you 17 years. This is going to allow you not to spend more time changing out those light bulbs. If they're incandescent light bulbs, those can get hot, or even halogens where you can maybe burn your fingers. The LED light bulb you won't need to change out. And then we're not throwing stuff away in the trash can, which is ultimately ending up in the landfill, which is not good for the environment. Also, LED light bulbs, believe it or not, do produce a lot less heat than an incandescent. So they're about 70 to 90% cooler than an incandescent light bulb, which can obviously help with regulating your temperature in your house so you don't have to be turning on your AC as often. The average American actually has about 40 light bulbs in their home. If you replace those 40 light bulbs with a more energy efficient light bulb like an LED bulb, you can save about $300 a year in your energy cost. Not only are light bulbs the only way that you can get lights that are going to be more energy efficient or Energy Star rated, but they do make fixtures that have integrated LEDs or will actually come with LED light bulbs. This is just a sampling. There's many companies out there that have LED integrated light fixtures, and this is just a sampling from Park Harbor. And you can notice the different styles that you see here. You have a very modern, contemporary chandelier in the upper left-hand corner. Could be over a dining room table or a breakfast nook, or maybe even in a foyer if you have taller ceilings in your foyer. You have some outdoor lights there, the one on the bottom left-hand corner, a little bit more traditional kind of cottagey feel there. That does have an integrated LED light bulb. There's actually no light bulb that you would see at all when this is on. The light bulb LED module is actually up in the fixture itself, and it shines right down. In the bottom right-hand corner, that vanity light, a little bit more traditional in style. It's got that etching on the glass, beautiful brush nickel finishing. This actually comes with an LED light bulb versus an integrated LED module in it. And then up on the top actually happens to be another outdoor rated wall mount sconce. You can obviously use these inside. I've seen many people use these as their bathroom lights. However, they are rated to be outdoor too, and these have integrated LEDs in them. This is a little bit more of your craftsman style, kind of going on the modern side. This is just a sampling that you don't have to do just light bulbs. You can actually get fixtures that have integrated LEDs, and we're seeing more and more of those LED integrated fixtures as the years go by. Another thing with lighting is going to be ceiling fans, which we don't really think of, but ceiling fans can be Energy Star rated. To make a ceiling fan Energy Star rated, they have to use 60% more, or they have to be 60% more efficient than a conventional fan. Now look at the ceiling fan and notice how decorative it is. So you don't have to sacrifice any sort of style to get these great Energy Star products. This particular fan, you'll notice, has a light fixture on the bottom, which does happen to be an integrated LED. But what also makes this more of an Energy Star rated is the motor itself. The motor is more energy efficient, and then the blades have also been engineered, so it's going to push more air around without using as much electricity. So there's a lot of different ways in the lighting world in your homes where you can save on your electricity, and you can actually find Energy Star products. And a lot of times people don't think about the lighting when they think about Energy Star. What most people think about are appliances. So let's talk a little bit about appliances, and I'm going to start in the kitchen. So there's a lot of different appliances out there that are Energy Star rated these days. The industry knows that it's very important to consumers, and as our younger generation gets older, they're asking and almost demanding for these greener type products. So there's a lot of them out there. We start with the refrigerators, so we're starting the kitchen. An Energy Star certified refrigerator is 9% more efficient, and that can save you about $200 over the lifetime of a product. The lifetime of a refrigerator is about 12 years. And I'm showing kind of two different price points and styles. Your KitchenAid is going to be a freestanding, just kind of standard refrigerator that you would just roll into place. It's what most consumers have in their homes. But if you have a luxury price point or a luxury home, they do make products that are Energy Star certified in that price category. So here we're showing a Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is a built-in refrigerator. It's one that's going to tie right into your cabinets. You can get them where they're panel ready, where you don't even see them. And they are Energy Star certified. Up next in the kitchen is the dishwashers. So dishwashers are unique because they're not only going to save you on energy, but they're also going to save on water. So an Energy Star dishwasher are 12% more efficient than non-certified models. A standard dishwasher is going to use about 5 gallons of water. An Energy Star dishwasher is going to use about 2 to 3 gallons of water. And if your dishwasher is older than 2013, which I bet most of our dishwashers are older than 2013, they could be using 10 gallons of water for every single load. So that can actually save an average of 4,000 gallons of water over the lifetime. If you switch your dishwasher from an older model to an Energy Star rated model, you can save a lot of water in the environment and keep it clean. So another item that we have in the appliance world is washers and dryers. So here I'm showing Whirlpool front loader washers and a dryer. And if you believe it or not, dryers can be Energy Star rated as well. Let's talk about the washer first. The washing machine, in order to make it Energy Star rated, is going to use 25% less energy and only 13 gallons of water per load. Comparing that to a standard machines use around 23 gallons of water per load. So you're talking every time you're doing a load in an Energy Star washer, you're saving 10 gallons of water. Switching over to Energy Star washers will save you about $370 in energy costs over the lifetime of the product. Pretty astounding numbers if you really start listening to all these stats of how much money you can save by switching over these onesie twosies, or if you're building a new house, you look at these products, look at look at for products that have that Energy Star rating on it. Dryers, on the other hand, can also be Energy Star certified, and an Energy Star certified dryer is going to use 20% less energy. And one thing I want you guys to notice is that all appliances have to have an energy guide label. It's bright yellow, so you can't miss it. You can also pull these up on most of the manufacturer site. But this energy guide label that's required on all your appliances is going to provide information about the energy consumption of that particular model. And it actually compares it to similar models. So when you're out there shopping, you can really get a feel for how much money you are going to be spending in energy cost for that particular appliance. And it will also tell you if that product is Energy Star certified. So in the bottom right-hand corner, it'll give you that blue label. In this case, it's going to be black because everything on this label is yellow or black, but it's the same label that you would see, and that would indicate Energy Star rated. So wrapping up today, guys, I just wanted to show you many products that's going to save you water and energy in your home. These green products have great on-trend looks to fit almost anyone's design decor, from contemporary to traditional, transitional, your cottage look, your rustic look. I mean, you name it. The products have really come a long way in toilets and faucets, as well as ceiling fans and light fixtures and appliances. Your whole gamut of appliances are now available in those Energy Star ratings. So think about it. You don't have to sacrifice style to go green. So I encourage you guys all to make sure you take a trip to our Charlottesville showroom. They are located in the Seminole Square Shopping Center, which is next to Marshall's and by Outback Steakhouse. They have a beautiful display there, a lot of plumbing, appliances, and light fixtures. Thank you guys for all your time today.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Kara. Very cool. So we're going to open it up for some questions for you guys. And I was just going to go ahead and I have one, which is basically how has COVID impacted, Ferguson and also Dovetail as far as just, supply chain and what you guys have seen from clients and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so for Ferguson, originally when COVID first broke out, the biggest thing that we saw impacted was appliances. About a year ago, the lead times were very long, and we didn't think it was going to last that long, but we're sitting here almost a year and a half later, and we're still seeing extremely long lead times. It's not only on appliances anymore, we're seeing it on light fixtures. A lot of those are imported from overseas and Asian countries. And I'm sure you guys all know the struggles with that. You've got lack of containers. So your containers are hard to find. Also, recently, we've been seeing some ports get shut down because of some COVID outbreaks in some of the areas in China. So when your port's shut down, it's hard to get that stuff on a boat and move it all the way across the United States. Also, shipping charges have gone up extremely. So it used to be to get a container, you're looking at about $1,500 in shipping. Today, they've gone up as high as $20,000 to get shipping. So not only are we seeing product harder to come in and to get our hands on, but we're also seeing a lot of price increases. Demand hasn't slowed down. You guys have seen that in the real estate industry that, the demand is just up there and it's very high. And with that has been coming a lot of challenges now to get product due to COVID. And then also, with just the raw materials and trying to get raw materials, we've been hit by some storms down in Texas that has made it hard for some factories to make the products. I was telling people earlier that I've heard some crazy stories about how a manufacturer, let's say like a tub, for example, they may have tubs ready to ship out. However, they can't get a hold of boxes. So boxes are also something that's hard to get. So really, there's so many different avenues that COVID is affecting these days. From the supply chain to our health to products, that it's challenging time. And I just encourage everyone to make sure that if you have a client that's looking at building, that they realize it could take a long time to get some product. There's some appliances out there that are going to take 6 months to get, if not longer. And it's changing all the time. Dates that we get are very estimated at this time, so they can move and change, and they're just so fluid. But definitely get your orders placed and know that it's going to be a lot longer process than it once was.
Yeah, I second all of that. We're experiencing all of the same things. And what's been hardest on us, and I'm sure Kira can say the same, no one is acknowledging it. Like, our clients kind of know it, but think that we're above it, think that we aren't affected. And so in addition to all the technical and logistical issues we're having, it's mental health. Mental health has suffered so much for me and my staff. I can't even tell you. It is so hard when you're remodeling a home or building a new home to tell your clients that now we're delayed and you're not going to have your cabinets for 24 weeks. And that's what it is right now. So, as the months have gone on, we've been able to manage this a little better with our manufacturers. But Wellborn, our flagship line, is easily at 30 weeks right now. So we are not selling Wellborn. So we're focusing our efforts on, shorter lead time items. And as Kara said, the cost has gone up amazingly. Shipping costs, freight costs that we never charged customers for before. We now have to put a line item for freight, which is over $1,000 maybe for a whole home of cabinets. Never had to charge that before. So it's just been hard for us to absorb all of these extra costs and lead times, and then deflect anger and, the misinterpretation of our clients. I mean, our referral clients, our builders, people who work with us over and over are so understanding, and I appreciate them so much. But someone who comes in for one remodel of a kitchen just doesn't understand why they're waiting 6 months or 4 months for cabinets. So anyway, that is the biggest impact for us. Mm-hmm. The other good thing I will say, the only good thing, is that is unprecedented sales right now. Mm-hmm. And it's good and bad. Speaking of mental health, I'm doing, 50% more work with the same staff. So it's been very difficult for all of us.
Yeah, and I would say another thing that's very challenging for us as well is all the product that we have sitting in our warehouses. We bring in product, and maybe it's an entire kitchen, and we've got the dishwasher in, but we don't have the refrigerator, so we can't ship the items out. So our warehouses are just busting at the seams too, of just trying to get product out, which is helping with sales, of course, but it is taking a toll on our sales associates and our warehouse associates, and we're just working round the clock to get material out because we've ordered it so far in advance. And we may not have everything, but we've got a piece here, a piece there. So it's a lot of different factors for sure. It's just interesting, and it's unprecedented by far.
Great. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Other questions? If you have a question, feel free to pop it in the chat, or if you want to raise your hand via the chat, we can get you unmuted and let you ask. Yeah, so we've got a question. Any prediction on if prices will come back down for either one of you guys?
We are trying to look into our crystal ball, but we just don't know. We keep asking our manufacturers. For us, it is price. We might get one price increase a year, but we've had 4 in a year, but also lead time. So we've been asking, when are we going to see more normal lead time, more normal prices? And the answer is we just don't know. So we don't promise anything. And I'm sorry to give that answer, but I just don't know. We thought we were getting better, and then we have people, I just told them earlier, a whole cabinet company was down with COVID. So our lead times went out. No one answering customer service calls. It just happens in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Amy there. It's so hard to tell. And I wish I could say that we're going to see some price decreases, but I just don't know either. At this point, we're always just so focused on when are we going to get the product. That seems to be really important right now. So we are constantly trying to look at lead times and just get our customers aware of what's going to be happening, or setting expectations, or trying to get good information. But that's been very challenging too, because they just don't know, especially if it's product that's coming in from overseas. There's so many factors that affect it. Like I said earlier, these dates are very fluid and moving so much that we just can't depend on them like we used to. There's no rush shipping anymore like there used to, or expediting products from factories. It's just out of the question. Everybody is just working so hard to get product made. They're just focused on that right now. But I would love to see some prices come back down. I have no idea if that's going to happen, and I don't want to promise anything or tell you I've heard from our factories they are, because that's just not a question at this point.
Good. Anything else? Any other questions?
Yeah, Josh, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. This question is for Amy. Amy, could you tell us a little bit about the history of design Dovetail? I didn't go to the website. This is the first I've heard of design by Dovetail. Is it a local company, a national company? Could you just give me a little more background, or give us a little more background on the company itself? Now, Kara, we know about Ferguson, so don't feel ignored here, but I've never heard of design by Dovetail.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'd be happy. It is a local company. We have a showroom in Charlottesville and in Stanton. So we service, up to Harrisonburg, all the way to, west of Richmond. And it has an interesting history. We used to be called Albemarle Cabinet Company, and I changed the name in 2017 to Dovetail. Everyone thanked me silently because no one could pronounce Albemarle, none of my vendors. We are a firm specializing mostly in design, cabinets, countertops, appliances, and fixtures. And we're very limited with fixtures and appliances. We only sell a few lines, but yeah, that's our specialty. I was with Ryco Kitchen and Bath for 10 years, so I know the market very well here. I don't know if anyone from Ryco is joining us, but shout out to them. Good family over there. We really focus on a family feel here at Dovetail. We're not corporate. One thing about COVID is it's lessened our ability to welcome walk-in visitors. So we used to be easily accessible here on the downtown mall, and we're still not quite accepting walk-ins. And now we'll be moving over to Broadway Street across from Festive Fair, if anyone knows where that is. So now we have free parking, and a huge new showroom. I hope I answered your questions. Maybe if not, ask me anything else.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love being a small company because, I'm sure Ferguson has some ability to do things on a local level, but I don't have anyone to answer to but myself. So I can do really fun things like cocktails and cabinets. And we used to do all of the art openings. Can't wait to get back to doing things like that.
Great. Awesome. Any other questions?
I have a question for Kara. The faucets, I just wrote this down. I want to start making small changes in my own home, and I have done the LEDs and everything, but I still have some older shower heads. And the reason is because they have great water pressure. And the reason is because it's putting out so much water. So is everything you buy now, is everything that's on the market, at least at that level, going to be WaterSense?
Not everything's going to be WaterSense certified. In order to get a WaterSense certified, they're going to have to use 20% less water. So you can still find shower heads that are government standards at 2.5 gallons, where your WaterSense is 2 gallons per minute. But I will tell you the technology around shower heads has come a long way. They've done a good job of like inputting some air into those water to create fatter water droplets. So you get the feeling of that big rain or that heavier rain on you. I would also encourage you to get like maybe a multi-function shower head, because then you can kind of change between a regular spray or a massage spray. And sometimes those massage sprays or the combination sprays can make it feel a lot better. But yeah, very easy thing to upgrade in your home. And if you think about some of those older shower heads putting out 5 to 7 gallons per minute, that's insane how much time you spend in the shower. 15-minute shower, that really adds up to a lot of water. And just changing out a shower head is easy to just untwist and retwist it back on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question.
I have a question for realtors. Do any of you get a question from your homeowners about, do you guide them at all in the remodeling process? Like if they want to redo a kitchen or bath, do you ask questions like, do you want green products? What's your budget before you refer them to people? Anyone? Kim, I know you. Come on. You're muted.
Okay, so
There you go.
I've been selling some older homes lately, and so people are being more curious about things like that. And so it's really helpful to know all of this, especially about how much water is wasted. So it's enlightened me a lot, and I appreciate this whole session. So thank you.
I'm sure you have clients who love the old homes and want to keep the character. And I've had clients tell me, "Oh, I'm going to keep that top toilet because it's original and I love it." And I'm like, "But it's wasting so much water." So there's such a balance. I'm sure Ferguson has products that will work in an older, more historic home. But I hear that a lot too.
Yeah. And to think 1992, for us, well, for me, wasn't that long ago.
No, not at all.
It's a lot of upgrading that could be done in a lot of houses. So,
right.
So thanks for being here today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It's helpful to know who's out there, and the fact that you've got great creative ideas for remodeling, also for sustainability and that sort of thing. So in those instances where I have clients that are talking about remodeling, I like to hand them over to the experts in the field. Sessions like this and other opportunities, I've seen some of your work at a client's house, was very impressed with it, said, "Who did that?" Had never heard of you at that time. But it's these sorts of instances where we gather information and we file it away, because you never know when you're going to need to pull it out and refer someone. And it's a good outfit, and it reflects well on everybody.
Great. Well, I will send to Car. We have a program for referrals, just making sure people are handled well, and we represent you well as their realtor. So I'll make sure I send everything to Allie about that.
And I've passed on the presentation I sent today over to Allie as well today so that she can share it with you. But as you guys saw in the presentation, and Amy was alluding to as well, I mean, you don't have to sacrifice any style these days with going green in energy or water or even sustainable products in wood. They've they've come a long way. They know that people out there, that's what they're wanting to do. And all these companies have really jumped on board. And talking about that older home, you can get extremely traditional toilets that's going to blend in nicely with that home and still make it, less water and make it WaterSense certified. So it's definitely new times, and we just need to keep preaching to make sure that people are looking at green products.
Yeah, and I just want to stress that, Ferguson, Dovetail, all of the experts out there in whatever field we're in, we also agree in working with the experts. We don't want to do anything that we're not comfortable with. So I'm always referring people to Ferguson. I'm always referring people to companies who do things better than I do. So Nancy B's Lighting or Ferguson or Nolan's. It's a way of kind of narrowing your scope a little bit, so you don't have to field all the questions, and also it grows your own network. So I would love to be part of your network, and it's just something we all rely on here. We believe in not doing everything ourselves, but that's not what we do. We focus on what we focus on, and we let you guys do the rest. And at the end of the day, hopefully we're all a good team. Dovetail is a very small company. I mean, we're only going to do about 2.2 million, which is really good for us. But that's cool because we are local. We know a lot of people in the market, a lot of realtors, builders, and we're very personable. And like I said, we're a big family. But love to meet people like all of you and Kara, because I need more people in my network too. I always get asked for realtor recommendations, builders, contractors. So this is really helpful. And I just want to thank Allie and Josh for inviting me.
I did that as well. It was very nice that I got invited to participate in this. It's been good. It's nice to see everyone's faces and just share a little bit of knowledge with you guys on how we can all make the planet better through energy and water savings, as well as sustainable material out there. So thank you all for your time. I know we're a little bit past 10 o'clock and I'm sure people have lots of stuff to do. So I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah, no, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time. We know you're busy. And appreciate the expertise as well. So our next Green Building Series session will be on ratings, and that's going to be Friday, September the 17th at 9 a.m. So make sure you go ahead and sign up for that. You can do that on the car education calendar. And thank you all for your time this morning. I hope you have a great weekend. And thanks again to Kara and Amy, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.